Welcome everybody to Don Bosco Technical School in Gumbo. It is a quite complex institution which has a lot of departments which are doing for now a wonderful job. We have to remember, and I want to remind you, that you are in the best school in South Sudan, recognized not only in the country but also now recognized in Africa. Anyway, whatever we are doing here, this is not something which came just now, but it's the fruits of the work and effort of good numbers of Salesians who were building this school and who were putting foundations which were so strong that we are able to now not only to proceed, but we are able to now make that school better and better.
I was with the first group that came here, and actually there was nobody. It was an abandoned bush. So we started with the first building, like a hall where we can gather. We prayed on Sundays, we prayed, and on weekdays it became a classroom, 2 classrooms. Then they started building other classrooms with grass. So we said, let's since we have 600 children, let us start the primary, build a concrete structure for the primary. Then we went on to this next stage. As the kids graduate from 8th, Form 1, so we have the secondary school. And that grew. Then we said some kids are not fit to go to secondary. What about them? So let's have a VTC, Vocational Training Center. So those who cannot go to higher education, they learn a trade and then go on in life. Then we have here in the VTC 5 departments: carpentry, welding, electricity, motor mechanic. These were the first 4, and then a computer came up.
Our training here is basically we have theories and reinforce with practicals, and mostly we concentrate on practicals because practical activities are the most important one outside there. For example, students should be able to make things like furniture, like beds, chairs, office desk, school desk, because our major objectives here is, after training these students, and when they go out, they will be able to do practical work. And also, we also train them on roofing the houses, making the ceiling structures, and even making partitions in the houses. So these are the major practical activities that we are offering to these students, because this practical work is what earns them job.
In the production, we started with the church benches, bench. We made 200 bench. The next consignment was the desks, was also 210. When the students did this regularly, they learn more. They learn how to weld perfectly. At the moment, we have kindergarten playing equipment that we are making for the kindergarten that are going to Meridi. When you instruct a student, you find that he's telling you yes, 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 but eventually when he started doing that thing, you come back, you find it is opposite. Again, you explain. Because of language barrier, you explain slowly and slowly so that he can understand. You can also practice on a small metal. You find, and then he says he understood. When you go back, when you come back, you find a very funny thing that has been done. Now it makes my head even to get more hot.
Actually, in the school, we have everyday morning talk. First, we will start with reading a few words from the Bible to give them hope. Secondly, we will have morning talk. This morning talk always to encourage our students, to give them support, because they are coming from a different background. As usually, different people will come to give a talk. After giving the talk, then we will just summarize whatever was been shared to the students, and then after that we will have a national anthem. Let us stand up in silence and respect, saluting our mothers husband, cemented our national foundation. We fought to protect our nation.
Like every morning, we do have assembly there. Yeah, like fathers, they come from their compound, they come and teach us things which are like they give us morning talks. And we really like the way they give us, because once they tell you something, you put it in activities, even you'll gain more, you'll learn more from it. That's why in the morning they give us morning talks, and we do it according to the way they're telling us. Father Waldman, the principal, he always tells us, when you're coming here, you leave your problem at the gate. So, yeah, I do agree with that, because once you just come here, you forget about everything, even the suffering you have there at home, you just forget about it. You come here when you're fine, because here, like, you get friends who you talk to them and you forget about the problems outside there. And like here we mind books, you just come to the workshop, you do your practical, and you forget even about everything, because once you come with your problem inside here, even you do nothing. Yeah, that's why when you're coming here, you just leave your problems outside. You come when you're fresh, your mind is fresh, then you start your things. Fresh mind always do fresh things.
So here in our electrical department, we are having probably two classes. We're having year 1 and year 2. So in year 1, actually, we are focusing on domestic electrical wiring installation, whereby we are having a theory part and the practical part. Now in domestic wiring, they are mostly focusing on connection of lamps, fans, and some light loads. That's why we are saying they are working on domestic wiring. The second years, they are working on a kind of circuit which we normally call them as the power circuits or industrial circuit. And probably most of the practical boards that you are also using, you can see as they look from here, they are using some kind of these contactors and the auxiliaries plus the overloads and so many things. And normally most these kinds of circuit, they are having things like the motors, and which are normally known very well that we are always using in the industries. And we know how they work normally in the industry. So we are training them on how to operate such kind of devices like the motors here. We are training them on how to work on these motors. While on the other side also they are having solar. That means they are having solar practical and theory at the same time. Whereby if you go to the other side from behind, we can see we are having some solar installation work, which is done by also these students which are in second years. While on the other side also they are having the fridges and the ACs, which is the air condition, which they are also trained to do. And probably now with the second years, we are having, let me say, in terms of numbers, we started with around, let me say, 31. But now they are around like 29, which are currently here. So while for the side of the first years, we're having 34. From the beginning, actually, we're having 36. But then now, up to this time now, we're having almost like 32 due to certain problems that they normally face around. So we find that some of them has dropped. That's why we're having now the total of, let me say, 32.
This department, we started with the 18 students in 2013. They are 18, and the 18 all graduated, and they are all now working, with the exception of one who refused to look for a job, and is still moving around. Then the number keep on increasing. Now I'm even worried next year what will happen. They might flood everywhere, because many are now warming up to come and join this school. And it is because of the also improved administration that is really motivating, and with a lot of transparency from that administration, that's why at least I'm saying this school has future, has positive future, that may, if God help, will become a college of higher learning. And as I'm saying now, it is the only vocational school which is awarding higher paper. The rest are giving certificate. Students really, when they came here, you could really realize that this is a frustrated man. Someone who is totally frustrated and doesn't know that he will have future again. And they think here is like other government institutions, where you can do anything in the way you want. But with a lot of counseling, a lot of morning talk here, it really helped them so much. You find after 3 months, someone started changing the behaviors. Instead of moving like a street kid person, you see him now starting getting organized. And it's really true that some of them at the end, they say, please thank you for what you have done. We are not hoping of what we can be, but now at least I can do something on my own. Here in Don Bosco VTC, we don't only admit Southern Sudanese alone. People from East Africa are joining here also. And the good thing is that the charges are all uniform. Paying the school fees, everything is all uniform. There is nothing that this one is a foreigner, we have to charge him high, or he has to pay hard currency. No. They are all paying local currency and the same rate. There is no differentiation.
Levels of the students that we are recruiting here is also another issue, because some of them are completely from low education background, and we gave them the knowledge, tried our level best as teachers, as the citizen of the country, because we want to make our young ones also to get some knowledge that will help them in future. Since 2013, we have trained around 300 students in total, and I found at least 70% of our students are employed in the organizations, they are employed in the NGOs and other companies, and others, they have their own business. That is really showing a good result that what we are doing here is not just for granted. We are really helping these young ones in the country. Unfortunately, the issue of the war, it has also hindered some of them, because The NGOs and the companies were telling us students from Don Bosco really they have the ability to work wherever, but only the situation of the insecurity that they shut down their companies, the branches from other states, that has led to some limitations of these students not getting the 30% which are not now employed just because of that. Otherwise, if it's a peaceful country, they are sure most of them, at least 90% or 95%, will have good jobs with the company or with the NGOs. We are trying to cope up with the world, not only in the country, but Africa and other parts of the world, searching what is new in the field of computer, and we give it to them. We have some volunteers that are coming from Poland. Robert, who's taking us with as the teachers of VTC, the staffs in general, in the field of technical drawing with the software ZW-CAD, and also not forgetting Ukas, who's giving us programming language, website designing. Now I see this is really a good progress because this chance we have never had it any time before.
Well, before I got to be an instructor in this institution, I mean the VTC, I was once a student as well here from the year 2015 to 2017. And while I was a student, there were things that transpired and they made me feel like I have to really be part of the staff here and also get to encourage more and train more people to also be like me. In our school, we have a system where in the morning we get and we have morning advice in the assembly, like in form of morning talks, where different people, guidance from different sides, from the Salesians, missions, all over come when they visit over and they give advice on the values of life, how you're supposed to go about in the society, how you value your trade, and what best you can make out of yourself as a human being who's living life. And all these advices have been really so important to me because I've realized life without a meaning is useless. You first have to know the meaning of your life, why you live. Then if you know why you live, you then extend the meaning of your life to how effective it's going to be to your neighbor, to your brother, to your family, to your country at large. And so that both of you can, or all of you can be able to develop and come up with now effective tool of building or development. And while I have been attending to this, I took some time imitating and I realized it's really part of my life that I have to work on. And all the advices that were given by different priests, by the different Salesians who come passing by, plus our instructors, they have really encouraged and they have made me who I am today. It's because of their advices. I made a choice, I took their advices and I put them into practice. And thank God today that I am not involved in any crime. I don't know, maybe one time, but I'm not wishing to be involved in crime. And I am really so cautious of how I can see of the value of another person or how I can improve the value of another person through the little that I have. And in this case, it has really taken me another stage. And that's why I chose, like, instead of going outside to do something, why not remain in the VTC and also help train the rest who come after me? Because I already have the skill. I can, if I transfer this skill to 2, 3 people, probably one time when I will not be here, still the lineage continues and then we keep the ball rolling. That's why up to today I'm still proudly an instructor in the VTC and I'm happy to be as long as I will be here.
It's time for the most beautiful moment in the life of the school, where we are sending the people out. And we hope that those ones who are going to graduate today, quickly the time of celebration will be over, the time of work and service will come. We hope that it will be a long time. We hope that these people will make a change not only in their private life by getting a good salary and a good job, but we hope also that they will make a change in their community. We try to put in them for the last 3 years the values which will give them a tools for making a difference in their life, in their family life, in the country. And in this moment, I would like to congratulate them not only for achieving this moment, but also I would like to wish them that God will bless them, and at the same time I would like to wish them that the beauty of joy and the beauty of happiness will be with them forever.
It was so much difficult here, sometimes in time of practicals. So my teachers, they also supported me a lot, giving me some advice to not leave the school before you complete the course of year. I will be going also with my education, not that to remain just with the diploma. Maybe in university I will go also. Yeah, not that this is the end, this is not the result, but I have another option to do also. I know that God will keep on blessing me more, and then I will do more, and then I'm also telling for other people, let them focus ahead, and then they put God first, not putting themselves first and then God after.
Today I finish my study. It's really a long way for me to do this. Today I'm very happy. Even give thanks for the Don Bosco students, teachers, Salesians, because they give us many things, encouragement, inside, outside. We thank them, let them give us more in South Sudan, and then we become a great country. We are now full of joy, full of knowledge, full of everything. I'm so happy and grateful Don Bosco. Yeah, thank you.
We are happy, and you can see all our friends, they are all moving around very happy, and we are so excited about this one. And we hope if Don Bosco is going to upgrade to give us an opportunity of studying a degree, we shall still come to this compound, because this compound has become our past foundation and will never be forget, because where you were born is unforgettable. We are like born in Don Bosco because we have achieved our past achievement in this compound. This is our compound and we will never forget it.
Doctor of nose people who came work to some nose people who are trustworthy. Doctor of nose people who came work to some nose people who are trustworthy. Doctor of nose people who came work to some nose people who are trustworthy.